So let me get this straight. The CIA director is literally smiling while Trump sends more weapons to Ukraine. Totally normal behavior, just your average day in the office. Nothing says I'm definitely not running the shadow war machine like cracking a grin while taxpayers are about to foot another $1 billion arms shipment for a proxy war that most Americans didn't vote for and doesn't even support anymore. Even the biggest neocons don't talk about this war. But hey, if you're a real patriot and you don't send weapons to a country that's banning elections and jailing priests, well, what are you? And while we're talking about what's happening, guess what resurfaces? A jailhouse video of Epstein of an oopsie daisy. He might have ended himself. And a minute is missing, and Pam Bondi finally responds to that today, and her reaction is absolutely ridiculous. It's normal for videos to reset every single day, idiots. Are you ready for the punchline? The minute is just gone. It vanished. Like Joe Biden's brain in mid-sentence. It's gone. And it's gone. And when a reporter has the audacity to ask Trump about it, he literally goes, "Are you guys still really talking about Epstein?" Yeah, Donald. Because when you were president, when this was happening, your AG was saying the video is inconclusive and that trusts us is definitely he offed himself. None of us believe anything of what's going on. Is Epstein the new JFK? Are we supposed to pretend the CIA director chuckling while Trump signs off on the Ukraine aid has nothing to do with anything? And what exactly are they all so nervous about? Well, we're going to figure it out. Also, who makes a guest appearance on this show tonight? Lindsey Graham, Kamala Harris, and so much more. You're not going to want to miss this show. If you miss this show, you're going to wish you were here because we're going to be so queer and we're going to steer. Get ready. It's going to be a good time. Strap in and get ready because Donald Trump teaches us a new word. Let's start off with the new word of the day. The new word of the day is skedaddle. Skedaddle is...
7 straight hours. They didn't stop. They went skedaddle. You know the word skedaddle?
No, what's that?
Skedaddle.
Oh.
They dropped the bombs and somebody said skedaddle. Let's get the hell out of here. And I'm gonna come. Those machines.
Skedaddle means skedaddle. Welcome to the show.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go lick the world.
Trust the government.
She sent in a little video for us. Oh. Here she is.
Hey, in spite of everything you've heard, and let me just make sure you all know that it's actually me. Say it's me.
Anti-woke.
Anti-woke?
Suck on this, Biden.
Would we the all of our
Folks stepping on them. That's black.
What's up, guys? I hope you're having a freaking fantastic day. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you are feeling great. We have a lot of great stuff to talk about tonight, and we have some important phone calls to get through with Lindsey Graham and many other people. He is literally calling into the show. I made a few phone calls, and I had Lindsey Graham call up to the show. Also, we have Kamala Harris making a phone call, which I'm very excited to see. She is going to be talking about how the people are dragging her name in the mud for her podcast that went unaired due to everything that's going on. Also, Charlie Kirk calls into the show. Charlie Kirk is a huge fan of the Derek O'Shea Show. This is a widely known thing. He talks about us every single show. I don't know if you watch his show, but he won't get my name out of his mouth, and I appreciate that. It's a beautiful mouth, and his teeth are as bad as mine. Oh my God. What's up, B-Cal, Rob, and Killer T-Cell? How are we all feeling? Ian, what's up, my man? I can't believe Ian YouTube is already censoring your speech. What's up, Killer? What's up, Rob? Thank you guys so much for being here. We learned a new word. Skedaddle means skedaddle thanks to Donald Trump. And I can't believe this is actually happening. So yesterday with the huge debacle with Epstein files being dropped and now wanting it to just quietly go away, last night there was a huge meeting with Netanyahu, and Donald Trump let American people know the priority is still with Ukraine.
Mr. President, are you planning to send more weapons to Ukraine?
We're going to send some more weapons. We have to. They have to be able to defend themselves. They're getting hit very hard now. They're getting hit very hard. We're going to have to send more weapons. Your defensive weapons, primarily, but they're getting hit very, very hard.
Did you see that? Did you see that? If you pay attention to the CIA director right here, as Donald Trump is saying we're going to send more weapons to Ukraine, watch him right here. The man, I think, can't show his excitement enough.
Are you planning to send more weapons to Ukraine?
We're going to send some more weapons. We have to. They have to be able to defend themselves. They're getting hit very hard now. They're getting hit very hard. We're going to have to send more weapons. Yeah, defensive weapons primarily, but they're getting hit very, very hard.
Thank God. Thank God we're all sending more weapons to Ukraine. I was just literally thinking, I was having a conversation with my neighbor across the street, and I was asking him, who is struggling to buy his first home, what a loser. I think he's going to lose his job too. Because AI is taking his job and he needs to be okay with that. But I was asking him, are you worried about Ukraine? And he said, yes, it's my number one priority over my own life. Which is wonderful to say. It's just like Lindsey Graham coming out and praising Donald Trump for us giving more weapons to Ukraine because, I don't know, you just got to. Lindsey Graham comes out saying Donald Trump is spot on about the games of Putin is playing. The Senate will move on tough sanctions, blah, 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 with Russia that's not doing anything. Lindsey Graham is excited. And that being said, Lindsey Graham is going to be calling into this show. If we could just get him to call in. Let's get a phone call from Lindsey Graham. I think we have him on the phone. Oh, thank God. Thank God. Okay. Hello, Lindsey, are you there? Hey, y'all, it's me, Lindsey Graham. Ladies and gentlemen, and patriots and freedom lovers and Americans, it's me, Lindsey Graham. How y'all doing? Right. I hope your soul is ablaze with the greatest leader of this nation ever, known as Donald J. Trump. Give him a round of applause. Giving those weapons to Ukraine, nothing gets me more excited than seeing that. And you might be asking yourself, why in Sam Hill is Lindsey talking about sending more weapons to Ukraine? You might be asking yourself that question, and you might be wondering what's going on. Well, buckle up, my friends. I'm about to lay out the vision so bold and audacious, it'll make your head spin like a fidget spinner from South Carolina. Hey-o, South Carolina tornadoes are real. But let's be clear, okay? Nobody, and I mean nobody, supports Ukraine like Donald Trump. The man loves freedom so much he practically got the Statue of Liberty tattooed on his heart. And when we say we're going to send more tanks and more missiles, well, those fancy javelin thingamabobbers from Kiev, you better believe that's not just geopolitics. No, sir, it's a strategy. It's leverage or something like that. It's about making sure the world knows that Donald Trump sends weapons. He's not just a fighter for democracy. He's fighting for something a little closer to home. You know what I'm saying? So he's been to Mar-a-Lago, okay? He's been thinking, picture this, folks. Tanks rolling into Ukraine, Putin shaking in his boots, Donald J. Trump sitting in his golden penthouse, sipping Diet Coke, surrounded by the finest young gentlemen Ukraine has to offer. I'm talking twinks. I'm talking gays. And I'm not gay, but we've all had those nights in college, am I right? We've all had nights before. We've had nights before in college, and we've done our own thing a few times here and there. Well, by the way, it's diplomacy done with the Donald Trump way. The big, bold, beautiful guest list will make Hollywood plans a little jealous. Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer are not very happy about this, but don't worry about that. So he's a real leader, and Donald Trump is, in fact, giving me as many twinks as I possibly can imagine. It's like a twink buffet. It's like CC's, all you can eat for $4.99. All the gay twinks I can handle. And I like that way. I'm into that sort of thing. Okay. I just... Get him off this show. Get him off this freaking show. I'm so sick of Lindsey. Oh, you sick of me? Huh? You sick of me? Look at me. Look at me. Look at I got like 30 chins. Look at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 20 chance. It's me, Lindsey Graham. Please keep voting for me. I'm a real Republican. Yeah. I'm sorry. God, there's like nobody I hate more in life than Lindsey Graham. There's literally nobody I hate more. If you guys don't... Thank you so much for dropping a like, Sanjay Detroit. Clean up the aisles and fans. Trump's new book, Jeff Ban in Ukraine, How I've Lost My Credibility in Less Than 2 YouTube short clips. Yeah. How are you guys feeling on this lovely day? I know Lindsey Graham's having a great time as we're sending more weapons to Ukraine, which I'm excited about. I thought that war was going to tidy up a little bit, but it looks like we're going to go on for another year. I think the poll, I've liked the show. Sorry for the claps. Lock was on. I was lazy. What's up, Wes? It's been a minute, my dude. Thank you for being number 6. Silver Mahi in Kick says, I'd love to join your live stream whenever you're streaming. Yeah, Silver, I don't know who you are. I would love for you to be a part of the show. I'm obsessed with bringing on people I've never seen on my chat before onto the show. I trust you. I don't think you're going to say anything insane or try to get me kicked off of other streaming platforms. I trust you. Find me on Discord. My Discord is Ginger, the big one, the big Ginger, 69. Those chins are South Carolina apple butter. You talking about my chins? How dare you, Mr. Rob Mac? What do you think? You're some kind of Mac daddy or something? You ain't no Mac daddy. You ain't no Rob Mac. I don't even know if that's your real last name. My real last name is Graham because I'm like a telegram. I'm like something you send to your grandma and she sings and for her birthday and stuff, and I pop out of her cake and it turns out your gay son is next to you and I'm going to take him on a date. Lindsey Graham, I'm not gay. I'm just a little bi-curious. Sorry. I woke up this morning and chose absolute violence. I think the Epstein files broke me a little bit. I think the Epstein files absolutely broke me, and we're here to have a good time now. Like, you know, if the Lizard Kingdom is running our administration and running our government, let's have some fun. You know, as it's going down and burning before our eyes, let's have a good time. Let's not hold back. There's still good things going on in our lives, and you guys are here. We're alive. We're having fun. We'll go longer than that. War is actually over Arctic. Yeah, we'll see how long this war lasts. It's probably going to last forever, which I want. You know, I'm a big fan of us fighting proxy wars. I don't want actually my life to get better. I don't want our politicians to care about my wants and needs and desires or things that I'm concerned about. I want them to fixate on countries that I've never been to in my life. I want more proxy wars. In fact, I'm already bored with Ukraine and Israel. I know we gave Israel a new weapons package last night too, which I'm a huge fan of. I think that they deserve to have more weapons. We're having fun here. We're having fun, okay? We're having a great time. We're having a great time. All right, let's... I can't wait for Charlie Kirk to call into the show. Charlie Kirk, huge fan. Huge fan of what you do with the TPS USA. I love owning the college libtards. Let's own the college libtards all the time. It's fun watching those idiots, those dumb 18-year-olds look stupid. I love it. It gets me all jacked up. DJ Sanjay Detroit. Thank you, DJ. Lindsey, you get me. Dude, Lindsey does get you. And maybe Lindsey will pop out throughout the show. I think this broke me as well. Donald Trump absolutely losing his mind at a reporter is hilarious to see, but the matter is not so funny.
Sure. Your memo and release yesterday with Jeffrey Epstein, it left some lingering mysteries. One of the biggest ones is...
Yeah, we're all confused about these lingering mysteries when it comes to Jeffrey Epstein. And it's a kind of mystery that you want to dispose of in the toilet. Sometimes those things just be lingering, am I right? You got to shake a little bit.
Whether he ever worked for a American or foreign intelligence agency.
Yeah, did he work for anybody?
the former labor secretary who was Miami U.S. attorney.
Oh, great. So we're having neo-Nazis ask questions. Anybody with a shaved head is definitely a neo-Nazi. What do you work for, Nick Fuentes? Okay.
Foreign intelligence agency. The former labor secretary who was Miami U.S. attorney, Alex Acosta, he allegedly said that he did work for an intelligence agency. So could you resolve whether or not he did? And also, could you say why there was a minute missing from the jailhouse tape?
Do you mind saying that?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Could I just interrupt? Are you still talking about Jeff?
I love that C-SPAN cut out for like a couple of seconds in this clip. It's just like the Jeffrey Epstein video. I feel like whoever's in charge of the Jeffrey Epstein clips was like cutting out audio. So in case Donald Trump actually dropped the real truth bomb, here we go.
Why there was a minute missing from the jailhouse tape on the night of his death?
Yeah, sure.
Could I just interrupt? Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years.
Yeah,
You're
enough.
asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things
going on.
People still talking about this guy, this creep?
Are you guys really still talking about it? I mean, we've already dismissed it. There's nothing to see here, idiots.
That is unbelievable.
It really is unbelievable. And I'm excited to see all the new podcasters taking this new message from Donald Trump saying, we don't need to talk about this anymore. Yeah, Jeffrey who? You know, it's like, at this point, it's anti-Semitic to talk about Jeffrey Epstein. Raise your hand if you're an anti-Semite in the chat. You better not be. Not in my chat.
Do you want to waste the time, and do you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on
I
Epstein
can't believe
at a
that.
time.
Seriously, I can't believe you're asking that question. I can't believe you're asking that question. I know we just dropped that information yesterday, and I can't believe you're still talking about it. It's been 24 hours. Okay, it's been 24 hours. And in America, when bad things get dropped on the news, usually we talk about it for an hour and we're moving on to the next thing. It's like, what's the next thing? I need to put my BLM flag in my bio, but this is my Jeffrey Epstein flag. Go on, Pam Bondi, you're such a queen. Get it, girl.
I'm like this, where we're having some of the greatest success and also tragedy with what happened in Texas. It just seems like a desecration, but you go ahead.
Sure. First, to back up on that, in February, I did an interview on Fox, and it's been getting a lot of attention because I said I was asked a question about the client list. And
pay attention to her voice. Pay attention to how slow she is answering this question, because everybody knows when you're put on the spot and you have to lie, I mean, you have to tell the truth, you're going to be paced out a little differently.
My response was, it's sitting on my desk to be reviewed, meaning the file along with the JFK, MLK files as well. That's what I meant by that. Also, to the tens of thousands of video, they turned out to be child porn downloaded by that disgusting Jeffrey Epstein. Child porn is what they were. Never going to be released, never going to see the light of day. To him being an agent, I have no knowledge about that. We can get...
Yeah, we're not totally sure. We have no knowledge. I don't have any knowledge. Wow, what a good lawyer. Oh, I'm so excited about lawyers being in politics. I have no knowledge of that. I don't recall it. I don't recall what happened. I don't recall. I don't recall anything. And that shuts down the conversation because I can't recall. We have no knowledge of that. I know I'm in a pretty high, bracket when it comes to my power position. And the president is literally sitting right next to me. And also this immigrant we have to deport. Get out of here, Marco Rubio. We know you're not a U.S. citizen. But she has no knowledge, okay?
Back to you on that. And the minute missing from
007. Honestly, Trump's lowest moment, cloud seeding gone wrong in Texas. I'm wondering about that. She's not telling the truth. She was told to lie from the boss, Trump. The
video, we released the video showing definitively. The video was not conclusive, but the evidence prior to it was showing he committed suicide. And what was on that, there was a minute that was off the counter. And what we learned from Bureau of Prisons was every night, they redo that video. It's old, from like 1999. So every night the video.
Yeah, 1999, before the internet. It's old. It's from 1999. Every 24 hours it drops for a minute. It's a thing all security cameras have.
It was reset, and every night should have the same minute missing. So we're looking for that video to release that.
Yeah, we're looking for that video, and we're telling our editors to edit that portion out for a year's worth of video. So as soon as they're done editing and making sure that minute is taken out of every single video, we're going to release that thing. We'll release it. We're the most transparent administration ever.
As well, showing that a minute is missing every night. And that's it on Epstein.
Mr. President, on the tariffs first, you said it is the death.
Oh my God. What a terrible look, dude. What a terrible look. Just absolutely horrible look. God. My favorite thing in the world was watching all these social media influencers just try to cope with this moment. They're like, Pam Bondi is going rogue. She needs to be fired. This is Pam Bondi's fault. And then when Donald Trump's like, are we still talking about this? I just know those, like Laura Loomer was talking about that a lot. I know a lot of these political people like are just struggling to cope. They're just, it's just like, those of us that aren't beholden to some kind of bias or party affiliation where we feel like we have to give them the benefit of the doubt always, or always run for cover for them all the time. Those of us that can be more even keeled are just, I knew Donald Trump knew about this. There's no way that Pam Bondi was just going rogue on him. This is not how politics works, people. Like they're part of it together. Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, and Dan Bongino all saying the same thing, and you think that they're like apart from Trump in this? I don't think so. No way, dude. It's retarded. It's totally retarded. For years, they said Epstein was videotaping everything going on. Now they're, yeah, exactly. Yeah, Epstein is known for his security cameras everywhere. But they stopped the video when Hillary went to cell. I like those AI videos of Hillary Clinton walking into the cell. That's the best. Tulsi knows the truth. Tulsi is awful quiet about this. So it's funny to see Donald Trump saying the message that why are people still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? So of course, some of these MAGA influencers are going out on the offensive. Like my least favorite chick who attempts comedy every once in a while, but her comedy is like so cringe to me. But here is her giving the message that like, why do you guys even care about like Jeffrey Epstein? You guys don't even care. You guys love Andrew Tate.
The most shocking part of the news is how shocked people are. What I'm going to say is going to make a lot of people on the right go crazy, except...
Yeah, you're going to make me... No, it has everything to do with your voice that makes me go crazy, but continue, boo. Continue, boo.
News is how shocked people are. What I'm going to say is going to make a lot of people on the right go crazy, except they already are. But I'm going to talk to you like you're an adult, because you are. So let's actually use our brains right now. Let's assume, for the sake of argument, that this list of pedos exists, right? It wasn't destroyed, and it isn't just a mix of flight logs and photos of people also associated with... It's an actual list of confirmed participants. Do you really think that your own heroes aren't on it? Also, how dumb do you think was having a little black book like a madam at a brothel? He was operating in the world of holding this information over people to get access, money, intel. Can anyone even also point to the concept of where this idea of a list originated from? Who decided that this was the boogeyman we were going to be chasing? We already know he kept an address book, which was already published years ago. And the only names that were redacted from that list were victims. But this book, it doesn't even detail who was on the island or who was chasing to connect with. And if we did get that list of confirmed participants, we weren't going to get justice from it. We were going to end up in a years-long, messy, distracting national spectacle. And for what end? If these influencers who are displaying outrage actually cared about the victims, they would be finding ways to support the victims. They would be contributing to charities that work to help victims of child sex trafficking. So ask yourself, why don't they do that? What helps victims of sex trafficking more? Creating a moral panic around a list that may or may not be accurate at the very least, or taking action to help the victims. So instead of whining about this rage bait, I donated to the Tim Tebow Foundation to help victims of child trafficking.
How much did you donate? Tell us the number. Tell us the number that you donated to. You donated $1. today I donated $1 to Tim Tebow Foundation. Yeah, I'm not like these other MAGA influencers who are just moral rage baiting for clicks and clout. Yeah, nobody, people that want justice for this, they just, what? So if you want justice for this, you don't actually care about the victims? That makes sense. Cutting up the content, dude, I hate cut ups like this.
But ask yourself when you're looking at all these messages across social media, why are people saying this? Is it for clicks or is it for country?
I love this. She says, the same people who defend Andrew Tate want you to think they care about victims of trafficking, except they haven't lifted a finger for a single victim. The same people. I love it. I love when influencers use like completely vague language in order for them not to have to like clarify who they're actually talking about, because you might get a lawsuit. The same people. Who are these people? Say them. Say their names. Because your vagueness tells me you have no idea what you're talking about, and you're doing this for clicks. Your vagueness tells me you're doing this for clicks. You're a good person, though. You're a really good person. Why did Trump Bondi overpromise? I don't know. But I know these people actually don't care and only care about clicks. Yeah, she doesn't care about clicks. She doesn't care about clicks at all. Yeah. She's the most genuine person on TikTok. Or yeah, she's on TikTok, on X. She is the definition of genuineness. Yeah. Me and my satin suit. God. Dude, I have friends that send me clips of this chick, and I'm just like, none of them are funny. Stop sending me these. Stop. They're not funny to me. Andrew who? I don't really trust most charities. That's probably a wise decision. These grifters' thoughts have no idea about central banking, haven't even paid attention since 2014. The old news, because it hasn't been addressed, is likely political explosive. She's just doing it. There's always projection with these kind of videos. She's doing it for clicks. I donated to Tim Tebow Foundation. Really? How much? Tell us how much, so I can judge you based on how much you get paid. 3 minutes of mute. I don't blame you for muting. I don't blame you for muting at all. The cope silver lining is that blackmail being used against the blackmailer so he can get his overall agenda through. I can understand that. I wonder about that. Sometimes I wonder if it's just like people that are in control of way higher than us and we'll never get to the bottom of it, but whatever. We're getting ambered for sure. Yeah, we're getting Amber Heard. She just Amber Heard us. Even Jake Tapper has to jump on this train. I'm not going to play this whole clip, but Jake Tapper today started complaining about Jeffrey Epstein files because, it makes Donald Trump look bad. So let's jump on that train.
So what's really going on here? What's really going on?
What's really going on?
Experts, such as our friend Julie Brown from the Miami Herald, who's been covering Epstein for years, say that the notion of Epstein having an easy-to-access client list is likely a red herring. And that's what the Trump administration is relying on, that there likely isn't a list per se.
Yes, that was literally what I said. There's not a list. Maybe there's not an actual list, but there's lists of names, places. And people are just like, yeah, there's no list. This is what happens when lawyers get involved. This is what happens. All right, let's change it up. Let's change it up. Donald Trump told us to stop talking about it, so we have to. Donald Trump is in control of this show. Plus, there's other things going on in the news like Amnesty. We need to talk about Amnesty. Per se. Amnesty per se. I always think of South Park whenever I see that, per se. All right. How do you guys feel about illegals getting amnesty if they work in fields or they work in grocery stores or hotels or restaurants? How do you feel about that? Because Charlie Kirk comes out and says this.
President Donald Trump signed the big, beautiful bill on Independence Day on July 4th, signaling a massive legislative accomplishment. Tax cut, no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security. Huge investment. Importance of this bill, but it is of great urgent necessity.
Tell me, Daddy.
That we cover What is coming next?
And Charlie Kirk's calling into the show.
And yes, we are going to talk about Epstein.
Okay.
We're also going to have live coverage from the awful and the unspeakable tragedy happening in Kirk County and near Hunt, Texas. Just a national tragedy with the flooding issue in Texas.
I don't care about the list. I just want footage of their faces. I would love that.
But you would think that, hey, we get $175 billion.
Nice. Not too bad. Good for you, Charlie. Good for you, man.
For ICE, we're going to get mass deportations. We're going to be able to have...
We're going to get ICE.
Think that, hey, we get $175 billion for ICE. We're going to get mass deportations. We're going to be able to have now the largest deportation effort ever. Yes, in theory. But in practice,
what?
There's something else afoot.
Oh, what's happening?
Literally the day before President Donald Trump was signing the big, beautiful bill.
Yeah.
I got a couple phone calls from people that you would call members of the ruling class. A lot of money and a lot of connections. They said, Charlie, isn't this amazing? We passed the big, beautiful bill. I said, oh, yes, sir. And they said, now we need mass amnesty. What?
What?
I said, we haven't even signed the bill yet.
Yeah.
They said, yeah, these deportations, we're going to lose the midterms because of the deportations. The people on the right, they'll understand. And we need to come to the middle and we need to legalize the 25 million people here in this country. I was speechless. Because here I am actually thinking, a little naive, we're going to sign this big, beautiful bill.
Amnesty is coming. I can already feel it.
And we're actually going to get mass deportations uninterrupted from an asymmetrical attack.
So Charlie Kirk says that he was getting messages saying that amnesty is coming. But at the same time today, the Trump administration came out with this. AG Secretary Brooke Rollins says that there will be no amnesty and that mass deportations will continue.
There will be no amnesty. The mass deportations continue, but in a strategic way, and we move the workforce towards automation and 100% American participation, which again, with 34 million people, able-bodied adults on Medicaid, we should be able to do that fairly quickly.
Can we also talk about this guy? Is that a fed, dude? Who is this guy? Too cool for school. It's me, Derek, first day back from school. I wear my backpack with one strap on. What's up, kids? I'm just like you. I'm the same age as you. This is like me going into a college party. Hey, kids, I'm here to have a good time. Dude, you look old. I'm not that old. I can still party with college kids, right? No, get out of here. So Trump administration says no amnesty for the... Trump administration says there's no... Okay. I think Charlie Kirk is calling into the show. Hold on one second. Charlie Kirk is calling. Hold on. Hold on one second. I think Charlie Kirk is calling. Hello? All right, Patriots. It's me. Listen up, okay? We're going to talk about a disaster, an absolute catastrophe. The push for amnesty for illegals, that's right, folks. Radical left wants us to open up our borders, hand out free passes to Tom and Dick and Juan and whoever sneaks across. Donald Trump is apparently trying to push for amnesty for farm workers. I don't know if I believe it, but wait a second. Why are you guys staring at my face like that? Stop looking at my eyes. I know what you're thinking. Okay, Charlie's eyes are so close together. Focus on the issue, people. This isn't about my face. This is about our American country. God. Don't make me debate you libtards on college campuses. I'll own your Anyways. Can you guys stop talking about my eyes, okay? I know they're a little close together and my teeth are a little but I'm working on it, okay? I can make some money and I can get my eyes fixed a little bit. Have you seen Derek O'Shea's teeth? They're nasty. Oh, did you get your braces off when you were in 6th grade, Derek? You loser. So, like, Donald Trump is, like, not doing amnesty for people.
There's no amnesty. What we're doing is we're getting rid of criminals, but we are doing a work program. Do you want to explain that, please?
Yeah, this morning we talked about, of course, this was a top of mind question. This morning we talked about protecting the farmers and the farmland, but obviously...
Yeah, protect the farmers. We don't want a bunch of white people picking cotton. Look, I get it. I'm like the libtards, okay? I get it. We want our slaves to be from South American countries. What a bunch of lazy Gen Zers picking cotton. We want Juan and Jesus picking our cotton and doing it for a fair wage. Okay? And I want them looking after my children because I don't want to actually be a mother. I want to go to work. And I want Rosalia to look after my children. They're good peoples. They're good peoples. Stop trying to deport my people. Okay? We're going to look into a program.
This president's vision of no amnesty, mass deportation continues, but in a strategic way. And then
so that's the new word from the street is we're doing mass deportations, but we're doing it in a strategic way. It's like George Bush all over again. Strategery is out on full force. And the strategery is we're doing amnesty for farm workers and people that work from Trump Hotel. I mean, people that work for hotels and people that work in the restaurant businesses and stuff like that. Okay, we have to do this because if we don't, then that means like high schoolers have to work these stuffs, or like farmers can no longer do mass productions and they have to rely on their family members who no longer want to work on the farms due to trauma from their childhood of working on the farms, waking up at 4 a.m. They want to be social media influencers instead. So we need to do this sort of thing. We need to give mass amnesty, and we have to do it in a strategic way. We can't just get rid of our slaves willy-nilly, okay? We can't just deport our slaves willy-nilly. We have to get rid of our slaves slowly. It has to be a trickle-down economics. As Joe Biden says, it's a trickle-down effect. It's trickling down your leg. You have to shake it a few times. You shake it more than 3 times, you're playing with yourself. Okay, my dad taught me that. Okay, so it has to be a trickle-down economics and how we get rid of our slaves. It has to be a slow roll. So we're doing amnesty in a very strategic way. Probably in about 2 months, we're just going to give amnesty. It's going to be a great thing. Everyone's going to be excited about it. We got rid of the criminals. These people are good people. Stop picking on... Wait, let me see some of your comments. Sorry. I told you today I came out for blood. What's up, Yakobed? Holding down Rumble's chat. Does Rumble like... I bet Rumble's chat, I bet it doesn't like give you what people are talking about on here, does it? No, it doesn't. That's unfortunate. People can see y'all's chat from Rumble, by the way. I believe so. Right? Yeah. Yeah, guys on Rumble, if you guys chat, people on YouTube can see what you say, by the way. It's very exciting. This is like technology. Technology at its finest. Kristen, happy to see you. Love me some Kristen. Strategeries, crop picking autistics. It's perfect. They hyperfixate. Yeah, send in the autistics, send in the people with ADHD issues, and tell them it's the most exciting thing they'll ever do. And if they just feel that way, here's the thing about ADHD people. I'm one of them. Hello, I'm neurodivergent. I hate the word neurodivergent so much. That junk makes me so triggered. If I hear anybody call me neurodivergent, I will literally and I don't even know what I said. That's the best part. All you have to do is tell people with ADHD, all you have to do is look at them and say, hey man, this thing you're about to do is going to be one of the most exciting things you ever do in your life. Why did you're a flathead get flagged? Deport all foreigners why did that get flagged? Dude, so many of y'all's chats are getting flagged. I'm allowing to show it, obviously, because I don't care. Can I have children slaves, says Tim Ritchie. Yes, But as long as you don't make a list of your clients that come to your home, okay, as soon as you make a list of your clients, we're going to have to put you in a jail cell where the jail cell's video cameras go out every 24 hours for a minute. And what happens in that minute is something you're going to have to deal with the rest of your life. And it'll probably be the way you finish it off. Finish off your existence. Is this why you wear glasses? Yeah. I wear glasses because I'm neurodivergent. Jasmine Crockett has a white person pick the cotton out of her aspirin bottle. Dude, the cotton and pill bottles are so funny to me. I hate that freaking cotton. I always want to eat it. I'm like Elf. I just want to eat the cotton. Just going back to my southern roots. Hire the epileptics as tree shakers. That's messed up, dude. That's messed up. That's freaking messed up. I don't blame you, though. I don't freaking blame you. All right, we have Kamala Harris. We literally have Kamala Harris calling into this show. Okay, this is a real thing. We have Kamala Harris calling into this show. I wish this was fake. It's not fake. It's real. Okay, this is a real thing. We're huge fans of Kamala Harris on this show. We love Kamala Harris. She might show up a little drunk, though. Okay, she just so you're aware, when Kamala Harris calls into my show, she tends to be at least 4 or 5 box wines in. And I'm talking a cheap kind of wine. I'm not talking expensive wine. I'm talking cheap wine. So you know how cheap wine, what it does to your system. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing what goes on with the cheap wines. Reminds me of TikTok about Dems in the South fighting for slavery. Exact same arguments the Dems are using to stop modern deportation. Yeah, exactly. No, that's what the joke I was trying to make. That's the joke is slavery and illegals. Yeah, it's the same thing in some ways. You know, it's just different, okay? In the South, slave owners had to give housing and feed their slaves and stuff like that. Today's modern slavery is like you pay them like $4 an hour. Isn't that cool? I feel like Southerners, I feel like Confederate Southerners back in the day that were like Jeff Bezos that owned slaves, they probably look at the slaves that we have today doing our slave wages and be like, how y'all you don't even have to get them to live on your land? You mean you just give them $5 an hour and they'll do the work for you? And you tell me they're happy and you don't even have to talk to them? Man, that's great stuff, man. They don't even know your own foreign language. You can say whatever you want behind their back? No way. That should be a character. A rich Southerner coming back to today's world and seeing how we treat our modern day slaves, and so they can be jealous of it. You mean no one cares? No one's going to fight a civil war over this? You mean the people that want their slaves are fighting against the government who's trying to free their slaves back to their original country? No way! Isn't that nice? I'll find wines come with a twist. I miss Kamala, me too. It's like Jesse Lee Peterson, amazing. Did you see Kanye West going to Jesse Lee Peterson's church? I watched that video the other day. It's so funny to me. Okay. Amazing. Wow, what a mess. Amazing. Jesse Lee Peterson is, I need to call into his show. I'm just going to give him a taste of his own medicine. I'm going to come after him. Okay. Kamala Harris did an interview with Kareem Rahim's Subway Takes. It's a very popular TikTok account that interviews people on the subway. Bill Burr's been on that show, but apparently Kamala Harris went on the show, and it was so bad they had to get rid of the interview because the guy that was doing it, this guy right here, was worried that it was going to ruin Kamala Harris because she's so cringe. No way.
Emailed me.
They got an email from the
DNC.
Okay.
And they said, hey, Kamala Harris and Tim Walz are really interested in being on your show. I said, that sounds cool. Okay. I'll at least get to tell my daughter that I met the potential president of the United States. Yeah. And so I said yes, based on the fact that it would be a good story. And also they both had good takes.
What happened with Kamala?
her take was really confusing and weird and not good. And so mutually agreed that we shouldn't publish it.
I see.
And I got lucky because I didn't want to be blamed for her losing.
Her take was that bad?
It was really, really bad, and it was like didn't make any sense. I can tell you, it was bacon as a spice. Bacon as a spice.
Bacon as a spice.
Email.
What? Okay, here's Kamala Harris. I'm trying to tell you guys, she might be a little intoxicated. And for that, I'm sorry. Hold on a second. She's calling in. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. She's calling in. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hello, Kamala. Are you there? Hey, all right. Let me just say something, okay? Kareem, my man. I love this. Okay, I went on the subway. I love subways. Did I ever tell you about the time I rode the F train in? No, wait. That's not right. You. Oh, no. What's happening? Okay, yeah, wait, that's not right. Okay, my hottest take, okay, is spice. Okay, bacon is a spice. Okay. Okay, let me explain. I like criminal justice reform. Joe is 19. Bacon isn't just a meat, okay? It's like some pig product. You know, it's from pigs. I love the little oinkies and their little piggies. You know, isn't it weird to think about that, like, pigs, like, get transformed and then they, like, make bacon? Isn't that so weird? And it, like, transform into a food and then you could sprinkle it on a salad and bam, it's a party. You put it in soup and it's like, pow, it's like a flavor explosion. It's like cumin or like papriks or like, what's that thing, that one thing, that other spicy stuff? I forgot. It's also a meat, so there's that. I hope you guys miss me. I miss you. Okay, bye. I don't ever want her to call into the show again. I am generally concerned about her. I'm concerned about Kamala Harris. I think she might need to be checked in somewhere. I think she might need to go into somewhere. Oh, you think I'm drunk? Wait till you see me in an hour. Dougie's going to have to like carry me. And remember when Doug, that story came out that Doug hits women? Yeah. Well, guess what? I hit Dougie. Okay. Oh my God. There's obviously abuse going on in the home and I'm worried about that. She probably thinks bacon.
Willie's Desert Hangout super chatted $2. Derek rocked the Kamala Harris impersonation best.
Thank you so much for the $2 super chat, Willie. I appreciate you, my guy, throwing out your hard-earned money towards this idiotic show. It means a lot to me, my friend. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. She probably thinks bacon grease is the new KY. Have you ever used bacon grease to like make your, you know, oh, whoa. Okay, thanks so much for the picture, AI. Jeez. Have you ever used bacon grease to, you know, do it? Okay, holy crap, dude, stop that. She really needs to be banned. I think so, too. I have 2 bacon strips that Doug won't touch with a 2-inch pole. Yeah. Willie Brown probably misses her. Yeah, I bet. Oh, Do you guys know Willie? I would like to say and send him a message. We don't want to send Willie Brown a message for you. Yeah, tell him I miss him. And Doug doesn't do the same thing for me as what Willie did for me, if you know what I mean. Okay. I'm honestly, guys, I'm so sorry. Like, it's... You guys keep chatting, and she keeps popping back. I think she's reading the chat. I actually think she's reading the chat. She has a gigantic mouth. Cream of some young guy. Derek, I've dropped more boxers than Mike Tyson. Is that true? Tell me the interviewer doesn't look like a Dollar Tree version of Bradley Cooper on meth. Oh my God. What's up, Queen? Does he look like Bradley Cooper on meth? Are you talking about this guy? Oh, wait, are you talking about this guy? I could kind of see that. I don't know. Don't you ever talk about Bradley Cooper like that. He's literally the hottest guy on the earth. He's a sex symbol. He's sexy. He's a sex symbol. He's got sexy symbols going on. He's got the sexiest symbols known to mankind. I wonder what Kamala Harris is doing today. You know, I know she's going to run for governor at some point. She's going to run for California governor. And I keep telling my family members that live in California, I'm like, your worst nightmare, your hell is going to be a reality. Not only are you going to have people, maybe she'll make the state good. What if Kamala Harris goes into California and makes California great again? We're going to be screwed. Kamala Harris is the reason why Betty Ford Clinic was created. Well, technically, most bacon bits are made from textured soy flour. Is that true? You better, not my bacon, okay? I get my bacon from a farm next door. I get my bacon from a Muslim farm next door. I love my Muslim farm next door. They always sing their prayers in the morning. And I go and I get their bacon. They make the best bacon in the world. Okay? They're Muslims and they make bacon. Come on, come back. Come on, come back. Oh, I saw that, Derek, in the chat. You think that's funny? Come on, come back. Okay, I see what you're saying. You're silly. I like that. I like that, Derek. I'm going to come for you in the chat. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, I'll come for you. Kamala Harris is washing collards in the bathtub right now. 100%. 100%. Have you ever washed bathtub collards? Sometimes I'll take a bath with my collard greens, and then I'll just eat them as I'm bathing. It's good for the skin. It's like how we do it in Jamaica. It's a Jamaican thing. You wouldn't get it because you're a racist white person. I can smell it from over here. Okay. You guys want to count how many chins I have? Let's count how many chins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Neck. 11 chins. That's more than Donald Trump. Y'all should have voted for me.
I'm gonna come.
God. I know the Jews eat bacon. Yeah, true. I know Jews who eat bacon. What, they eat it in the dark? I could just see, if I had Jewish friends and I caught them eating bacon, it would make me so happy. We're Jews that eat bacon in the dark. We close the door and we lock it, so we don't let the goys in, the Gentiles in, to let them see us eating bacon. Remember when her husband Doug said if he was elected, she was going to put her head down and get to. Yes, I do remember that. When Doug said she was going to put her head down and get to work, I know. You know, some of the jokes just write themselves. Whoever is elected in the House, Senate, and presidency is largely contingent on who AIPAC thinks will serve Israel the most. I'm funded by AIPAC. How do you think I afford this great set? I'm literally funded by AIPAC. I get hundreds of thousands of dollars from them. Okay? I just want to be clear with you guys. Tenant Media for Tim Pool may or may not have collected a lot of money from Russia. I collect hundreds of thousands of dollars from AIPAC. Kamala counted the bottles of barefoot, not her chins. Yeah. They call me the Ginger Jew. Okay, they're real thing. Well, I'm a real thing. We do spin dreidels on this show, so I hope you won't be offended by that. Every single show we spin at least one dreidel. Go eat when no one else is around. Derek, you're funny. Hey, thanks, man. Thanks. Where's the money going, Derek? Where's my AIPAC money? I'm still waiting on it, okay? The way AIPAC works is they tell you they're going to give you a bunch of money, and then they put it in different bank accounts and then transfer it over, and then you get like a debit card in the mail. It's like an EBT card. And you can only use your AIPAC money at certain stores. Like I can use my AIPAC money on OnlyFans. I could use my AIPAC money on Jewish delis. I can use my AIPAC money for buying bagels in the morning. I can use my AIPAC money for going to bar mitzvahs or supporting bar mitzvahs. I can use my AIPAC money for, I can go to New York. I don't know what other things Jews do. What did they do? What did Jewish people do with their money? I can use my AIPAC money to buy Daily Wire supplies. It's like a gift card that you can only use at certain stores. But that being said, AIPAC, seriously, I'm right here. Okay, I'm a poor American. I live in a 1-bedroom apartment. I live with my mother in her couch, and I need that money. So I will happily support you bombing whoever you want. Just give me some money, okay? I'm not cheap though, okay? I need lots of money, and I will push war propaganda harder than anyone.
I'm gonna come.
You know Ted Cruz? We'll meet Derek Cruz, okay? I will just wake up every morning and be like, I support you no matter what. AIPAC money no good at Epstein Island. Is that true? Is that true? Of course I hit the like. You're hilarious. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. EBT, but kosher. Yeah. Everything you have to buy from AIPAC money goes to kosher products. I buy pickles. I buy cows that have been slaughtered in certain ways that make it harder, more painful for them. I don't buy ham. I have to use my own ginger money for that. AIPAC money can spend money on Hamas through your work harder, cause Israel needs our taxes. I agree with that. I support, look, nobody supports Israel more than me. If you go to my bio, you will see every word is separated by an Israel flag. It's just how I am. And we talk about it on the show all the time, okay? So get used to it, folks. I put out this one comedy video. Saying that, like, I think that illegals that come to this country illegally are allowed to come as long as they're not anti-Semitic. And if they are anti-Semitic, we have to lock them in a room and they have to be forced to watch Schindler's List and listen to Modest Yahoo for at least 2 years straight in a room locked in until they come out singing Modest Yahoo. And you'd be surprised how many like Jews right underneath, like, thank you for saying that. Thank you so much for saying that. And I'm like, dude, that's why comedy is so much fun. You know, if people take politics so seriously and you're going to make everyone mad if you make jokes, and you're going to make people glad by your jokes. And they're going to think you're serious. They're going to be like, oh my God, I knew this guy was good. I hope you guys, I know my sarcasm doesn't really transfer as well online. And so a lot of people don't understand when I'm being sarcastic. So I appreciate every single one of you guys know when I'm being sarcastic. I appreciate it. You don't realize this is a cult. No, you know it, Marshmallow. Zionism is anti-Semitic, and Semites are language based on Israel trying to wipe out the original Semitics of the language. I don't know what you said, but I'm here to party. You live in a couch live in a couch is like preparing for a coffin. That is true. Living on a couch has anybody ever lived on a couch before? I've slept on a couch for like a week and that was enough for me for the rest of my life. I will pay whatever the price is for a bed if I sleep on a couch. That's disgusting. I don't know how people can sleep on couches. I can't sleep on couches. I can't. I think I'm coddled. I'm starting to realize that I'm a coddled human being. I have issues and I'm weak. It's like that Dwight quote on The Office. The American butthole is so coddled. Look, I have a decent bed. It's from Amazon. It came folded up. It unfolded. I have nice pillows. And if you ask me I struggle. Like, I like camping, but God, I can never go to sleep when I go to camp. Not only am I scared, but also I'm just like, it's hard to sleep on that ground, man. I just can't. But I like it. I like all the stuff that leads up to the camping. Try sleeping in your car. I've done that. A few times. I've done long distance road trips. Slept in the car. Slept in the front seat with the seat down, and then people are like looking into your car window while you're trying to sleep. I've done that, and it's not fun. I've done that. Okay, that's not a fun thing. I can't tell if you like the Jewish people. Willie, I like all people. Okay. God. The Jewish people I know are funny and they're self-deprecating, and I love that. I don't hate Jewish people. That's nuts. That's freaking nuts, dude. I give everybody an equal chance to be a jerk. Okay, that's just kind of my motto for life. I don't care what ethnicity, what religion you are. I'll hang out with you, especially if you can make fun of yourself. And if you're a jerk, then I'll let go. I don't have any vendetta. I don't have a vendetta against it. I had a couch and I was way more comfortable than a bed. It was purple. A purple couch? The bed was purple. That makes more sense. Your couch is more comfortable than your bed, Disco Puss? That's nuts. The stream froze? Oh, is it because I was making Jewish jokes? It's fun. Anytime I make Jewish jokes, some people get really riled up about it. They're like, yeah, go harder. Look, everyone's going to be, we make jokes about everyone on this show. Look, I make jokes about myself. I make jokes about being a ginger. So if you think I'm one way or another, I'm probably not. I did that when I told my wife I can't do dishes anymore because Trump said men can't compete in women's sports anymore. I like that joke, Raul. Yeah, that's why I tell all the women in my life too. Like, I can't compete in your joke. I never met a Jew, to be honest. Really? You must have never, Ian, if you've never met a Jew, you've never lived in a major city in America. You've never lived in a major city. That's what I think. I live in STX, South Texas. That makes sense. Not a lot of Jews there. I lived in Chicago for a long time. A lot of Jews. Serious Jews. Hasidic Jews, too. Like, Jews that, like, wear the hats and stuff. I'd never seen that before. Like, I was a Southern boy, and I moved out to Chicago, and I saw these Jews walking around with hats, and I was like, what is this? It was wild to me. Never really talked to those kind of Jews, but other Jews, the Jews I know are Jews that do comedy, and those Jews are funny. I like those Jews. I don't have anything against people. Like, what the frick? That's the only annoying part about talking about Jews is, like, all of a sudden it becomes about Jews. It's like, I don't care. I don't care enough about Jews to talk about them all the time. I just don't. Like, it's just not my thing. It's not my grift. Okay. My grift is we're having fun and we talk about people equally. Streams back. Oh, good to know. Free choice to self-abuse. Yeah, exactly. Disco says, I had surgery and couldn't go up the stairs and had to sleep on the couch for a week. Loved it. Really? You loved that? Wait, how old were you? And did you have like knee surgery or something? I grew up in a Philadelphia Shalom. What's that? Look, I love bagels. Okay. I love a good Jewish deli. Okay. And bagels. Don't get it twisted. Great bagels. Killer bagels. Most couches are too short for me. Whoa. Nice, Derek. How tall are you? How many Joe Rogans are you? We've talked about that before. There's lots of Hasidic in Belgium and Netherlands. I didn't know that. That makes sense, though. Very interesting people group. And they're like the Amish. They kind of keep to themselves. They don't really like let you into their world that much. It was very eye-opening for somebody from the South. Like, I grew up white and black. White and black people. You give equal abuse. Do you like boomers? I feel sorry for the boomers. Boomers, you guys are the most propagandized generation ever. You guys, a lot of you guys took all the COVID shots and you told everyone in younger generations they must do the same. You also had like one of the easiest rides when it comes to like not having to fight wars. Also, financially, you guys were better off than previous generations. And I think it's absolutely hilarious how many boomers squander their children's generational wealth to go on cruises. I think it's absolutely hilarious. But I love the boomers. You guys are nuts, dude. Boomers are a wild generation. You guys are wild, dude. You guys are absolutely wild. And I respect every single one of them, okay? Yeah. Yeah. My parents' generation, you guys, the boomers, you guys like grew up watching ABC News and thinking it was like telling you the truth. After these messages, I'll be right back. Yeah, exactly. Couches must average a Rogan or less. That is true. It's a commercial reference. Yeah. After these messages, I'll be right back. Boomers are the rent of protesters now. Yeah, I know. I'm obsessed with these boomers going to these ICE protests. I love it. It's like all these people, they don't have grandkids, and so they don't know what to do with their lives, and they're just going to protests. It's the most depressing life you could possibly live. If you are over the age of 60 and instead of like getting hammered, going golfing, or going to an old folks home, your idea of enjoying a day is going out and protesting ICE. Wow. Wow, dude. Wow. I'm a pot smoking boomer. Yeah, okay, you guys, I'll party with you guys all day. You guys are fun. You guys are fun. I'll give it to you guys, okay? Boomers spend all their money on scratch offs, and then like pressing the button for the jackpots and stuff. It's the best. All right, guys, I appreciate you guys for joining me today. I hope this hour has been the best hour of your freaking life. I hope you've enjoyed every freaking second of it. We will go live tomorrow morning at the normal time. We will go live at the normal time, probably around 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Come hang out with us for a quick story. It's going to be on Gronk. Absolutely hilarious story coming down the pipe. So come hang out with us. If you don't mind dropping a like. Also, if you've ever wanted to watch me on Rumble, X, I go live on BitChute. You're always welcome to hang out on there too. I appreciate you guys for joining me tonight. It was such a fun show. I'm so excited that Kamala Harris joined us, Charlie Kirk joined us, and Lindsey Graham joined us. Absolutely fantastic human beings. Thankful for them, all of them, for being alive so that we can make fun of them and have a great time with them. I'm happy that they're here. I'm over 60 and I went to 7 Trump rallies last year. Dang. I've never been to a Trump rally, and that's probably one of the biggest regrets of this last election cycle. Yeah, if you don't mind leaving a comment afterwards, it helps out the algorithm. You can put the show sucks, or you can put Ginger's suck or something. It just helps out the algorithm. And try not to make it look spammy. It doesn't help me out. Hey, BKL, you take care too, man. You missed the voicemail, my friend. You got a voicemail? Oh, shoot. Let me look up this voicemail. I didn't miss it. I just didn't know I didn't know there was a voicemail. Okay, we have a voicemail. And if you've ever wanted to call into this show, is the number not? If you've ever wanted to call into the show and leave a message, you're always welcome to do so. We got a voicemail. Let's get a voicemail from, I'm assuming, Rama Drama Poo Poo.
Hello. I'm calling from Deportations. Yeah. I just wanted to call and say, what the hell are you doing? Really, what the hell are you talking about?
I don't know.
These days, my friend, I don't understand a word you are saying.
I'm sorry.
I don't know if this is something Epstein or some big bomb going off. I don't know what it is, but nothing seems to make sense. You have to explain better, because whatever you're saying makes no sense to me.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I love you.
I love you too. I'm sorry, Rama Drama. I'll do my best to be better. Yeah, I apologize for that. He has a lot of sass tonight. Thank you for saying that, Kristen S. I'm sick of Rama Drama and his sassiness. It's absolutely insane. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing for all of us. All right. Love you guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys for chatting with me. Thank you for spamming the chats with your thumbs. Seriously, you guys make this show by chatting with me. You guys make this show fun. And this very interactive show for those of you that are new. Not like other shows. So the more interaction, the better. It helps edge out this show. All right. You guys are awesome. Rama Drama, thanks for calling in. Thanks so much for calling in, Disco. Appreciate your always super funny voicemails, bro. You're amazing, dude. Tell Rama